Hello, my name is Deanne, and this is Deanne's Treasure Studio, where I read content not available on Audible or any other sources that I know of. Today, I am reading Free Reading 2024 Player's Handbook, Chapter 3, Character Class Ranger. Let us see if they screwed them up again in this edition. The iconic ranger is typically a lone woodsman or scout, skilled in tracking, hunting, and basic survival skills. Aragorn of the Lord of the Rings comes to mind. I love that movie. A protector of the wilds with a dark secret. Alas, every ranger would benefit from a dark secret, but I digress. In Dungeons & Dragons, they are quite similar, except in the past editions, the mechanics were often off-putting by diminishing their ability to be effective warriors. Tasha's did come up with fixes, but let us delve into the core book, the 2024, to see how they fare. Core Ranger traits. Primary ability, dexterity, and wisdom. Hit point dice D10 per ranger level. Saving throw proficiencies, strength and dexterity. Skill proficiencies, choose 3. You have animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, or survival. Weapon proficiencies, simple and martial weapons. Armor training, light and medium armor, and shields. Starting equipment, choose A or B. A is studded leather armor, scimitar, short sword, long bow, 20 arrows, quiver, druidic focus, sprig of mistletoe, explorer's pact, and 7 gold pieces, or B, which is 150 gold pieces. Far from the bustling cities, amidst these trees of trackless forests, and across wide plains, rangers keep their unending watch in the wilderness. Rangers learn to track their quarry as a predator does, moving stealthily through the wilds and hiding themselves in brush and rubble. Thanks to their connection to nature, rangers can also cast spells that harness primal powers of the wilderness. A ranger's talents and magic are honed in with deadly focus to protect the world from the ravenous ravages of monsters and tyrants. Becoming a ranger. As a level 1 character, gain all the traits of the core ranger traits table. Gain the ranger's level 1 features, which are listed in the ranger's feature table. As a multi-class character, gain the following traits from the core ranger traits table: hit points, proficiency with martial weapons, proficiency with 1 skill of your choice from the ranger's skill list, and training with light and medium armor and shields. Gain the ranger's level 1 features, which are listed in the ranger's features table. See the multi-classing rules in Chapter 2 to determine your available slots. Ranger class features. As a ranger, you gain the following class features when you reach the specified ranger levels. These features are listed in the ranger features table. Level 1, spellcasting. You have learned to channel the magical essence of nature to cast spells. See Chapter 7 for the rules on spellcasting. The information below details how you use those rules with ranger spells, which appear in the ranger spell list later in the class description. Spell slots. The ranger features table shows how many spell slots you can cast. At your level 1 plus spells, you gain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. Prepared spells of level 1 plus. You prepare the list of level 1 plus spells when you are available with spells that are available for you to cast with this feature. To start, choose 2 level 1 ranger spells. Cure Wounds and Ensnaring Strike are recommended. The number of spells on your spell list increases as you gain ranger levels, as shown in the prepared spells column of the ranger features table. Whenever that number increases, choose additional ranger spells until the number of spells on your list matches the number of ranger spells features. Table. The chosen spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. For example, if you're a level 5 ranger, your list of prepared spells can include 6 ranger spells of level 1 or 2 in any combination. If another ranger feature gives you spells that you already have prepared, those spells don't count against your list of numbers of spells you can prepare with this feature, but those spells otherwise count as ranger spells for you. Changing your prepared spells. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace one spell on your list with another ranger spells for which you have spell slots. Spell casting ability. Wisdom is your spell casting ability for your ranger spells. Spellcasting focus. You can use a druidic focus as a spellcasting focus for your ranger spells. Level 1. Favored enemy. You always have the Hunter's Mark spell prepared. You can cast it twice without expending a spell slot, and you regain all expended usage of this ability when you finish a long rest. The number of times you can cast a spell without a spell slot increases when you reach certain ranger levels, as shown in the favorite enemy column of the Ranger Features table. At the top of the page, you have the Rangers Features table from level 1 to 20 with all your class features. And then on the second chart, you have your favored enemy, prepared spells, and all that chart. And we have level 1 weapon mastery. Your training with weapons allows you to use the mastery properties of 2 kinds of weapons of your choice with which you have proficiency, such as longbows and short swords. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can change your the kinds of weapons you choose. For example, you could switch using the mastery properties of the scimitars and longswords. Level 2, Depth Explorer. Thanks to your travels, you gain the following benefits. Expertise. Choose one of your skill proficiencies with which you lack expertise. You gain expertise in that skill. Languages. You know 2 languages of your choice from the languages table in Chapter 2. Level 2, Fighting Style. You gain the fighting style feat of your choice. See Chapter 5. Instead of choosing one of those feats, you can choose the option below. Druidic Warrior. You learn 2 Druidic cantrips of your choice. See the Druidic class section for the list of Druidic spells. Guidance and Starry Whip are recommended. The chosen cantrips count as ranger spells for you, and Wisdom is your spellcasting ability for them. Whenever you gain a ranger level, you can replace one of the cantrips with another Druidic cantrip. Level 3, Ranger Subclass. You gain a Ranger subclass of your choice. The Beastmaster, Fey Wanderer, can't even say that, Gloomstalker, and the Hunter subclasses are detailed after this chapter's description. A subclass as a specialization that grants you features at certain ranger levels. For the rest of your career, you gain each of your subclasses features that are of your ranger level or lower. Level 4, Ability Score Improvement. You gain the Ability Score Improvement feat. See Chapter 5, or another feat of your choice for which you qualify. You gain this feature again at ranger levels 8, 12, and 16. Level 5, Extra Attack. You gain attack twice instead of once whenever you make an attack action on your turn. Level 6, Roving. Your speed increases by 10 feet while you aren't wearing heavy armor. You also have a climbing speed and a swimming speed equal to your speed. Level 9, Expertise. Choose 2 of your skill proficiencies with which you lack expertise. You gain expertise in those skills. Level 10, tireless. Primal forces now help fuel you on your journeys, granting you the following benefits. Temporary hit points. As a magic action, you can give yourself a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier, minimum of 1. You can use this action a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Decrease exhaustion. When you finish a short rest, your exhaustion level, if any, decreases by 1. Level 13. Relentless Hunter. Taking damage can break your concentration on Hunter's Mark. Level 14. Nature's Veil. You invoke spirits of nature to magically hide yourself. As a bonus action, you can give yourself the invisible condition until the end of your next turn. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Level 17, Precise Hunter. You have advantage on attack rolls against the creature currently marked by your Hunter's Mark. Level 18, Feral Senses. Your concentration to the forces of nature grants you blind sight with the range of 30 feet. Level 19, Epic Boon. You gain an Epic Boon feat. See Chapter 5 or another feat of your choice for which you qualify. Boon of Dimensional Travel is recommended. Level 20, Foe Slayer. The damage die of your Hunter's Mark is D10 rather than D6. Ranger Spell List. This section presents the Ranger Spell List. The spells that originated in the spell level and alphabetized, and each spell's school of magic is listed. In special column C means the spell requires concentration. R means it's a ritual. And M means that it requires specific material component. Level 1 Ranger Spells. Alarm, Animal Friendship, Cure Wounds, Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, Ensnaring Strike, Entangle, Fog Cloud, Goodberry, Hail of Thorns, Hunter's Mark, Jump, Long Strider, Speak with Animals. Level 2. Aid, Animal Messenger, Bark Skin, Beast Sense, Cordon of Arrows, Dark Vision, Enhance Ability, Find Traps, Gust of Wind, Lesser Restoration, Locate Animals and Plants, Locate Object, Magic Weapon, Pass Without a Trace, Protection from Poison, Silence, Spike Growth, Summon Beast. Level 3 Ranger Spells. Conjure Animals, Conjure Barrage, Daylight, Dispel Magic, Elemental Weapon, Lightning Arrow, Meld into Stone, Non-Detection, Plant Growth, Protection from Energy, Revivify, Speak with Plants, Summon Fae, Water Breathing, Water Walk, Wind Wall. Level 4 Ranger Spells. Conjure Woodland Beings, Dominate Beast, Freedom of Movement, Grasping Vine, Locate Creature, Stone Skin, Summon Elemental. Level 5 Commune with Nature, Conjure Volley, Greater Restoration, Steel with Strike, Swift Quiver, and Tree Stride. Ranger Subclasses. A ranger subclass is a specialization that grants you features at certain ranger levels as specified in the subclass. This section presents the Beast Master, Fey Wanderer, Gloom Stalker, and Hunter subclass. Beast Master. Bond with a primal beast. A beast master forms a mystical bond with a special animal, drawing on primal magic and a deep connection to the natural world. Level 3. Primal Companion. You magically summon a primal beast which draws strength from your bond with nature. Choose its stat block. Beast of the land, beast of the sea, or beast of the sky. You also determine the kind of animal it is, choosing from the kind of appropriate for the stat block. Whatever beast you choose, it bears primal markings indicating its supernatural origin. The beast is friendly to you and your allies and obeys your commands. It vanishes if you die. The beast in combat. In combat, the beast acts during your turn. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes is the dodge action unless you take a bonus action to command it and take an action in its stat blocks or some other action. You can also sacrifice one of your attacks when you take the attack action to command the beast to take the beast strike action. If you have the incapacitated condition, the beast acts on its own and isn't limited to the dodge action, restoring or replacing the beast. If the beast has died within the last hour, you can take magic action to touch it and expend a spell slot. The beast returns to life after 1 minute with all its hit points restored. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can summon a different primal beast which appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. You choose the stat block and appearance. If you already have a beast from this feature, the old one vanishes when the new one appears. Level 7. Exceptional training. When you take a bonus action to command your primal companion beast to take an action, you can also command it to take a dash, disengage, dodge, or help action using a bonus action. In addition, whenever it hits with an attack roll and deals damage, it can deal your choice of force damage or its normal damage type. Level 11. Bestial Fury. When you command your primal companion beast to take the beast strike action, the beast can use it twice. In addition, the first time each turn it hits a creature under the effect of your Hunter's Mark spell, the beast deals extra force damage equal to the bonus damage of that spell. Level 15. Share spells. Whenever you cast a spell targeting yourself, you can also affect your primal companion beast with the spell if the beast is within 30 feet of you. Beast of the Land. Medium beast neutral. AC 13 plus your wisdom modifier. Hit points 5. Okay, so this is the beast stat blocks. Okay, well, I started reading. I'll continue. Speed 40 foot, climb 40 foot. Okay, so the ranger level, the beast has a number of hit dice, d8s equal to your ranger level. Senses, dark vision 60 foot, passive perception 12, languages understands the languages you use, CR, non-XP 0, PB equals your proficiency bonus. Traits, add your proficiency bonus to any ability, checking your saving throw the beast makes. Actions, beast strikes, melee roll. Bonus equals your spell attack modifier, reaches 5 feet. Hit is 1d8 plus 2 plus your wisdom modifier, bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage you choose when you summon the beast. If the beast moved at least 20 feet straight forward the target before the hit, the target takes an extra 1d6 damage of the same type, and the target has the prone condition if is large or smaller creature. On the next page, you have stat blocks for Beast of the Sky and Beast of the Sea. It's very similar. Moving on to Fey Wanderer. Wheel, Fey, mirth, and fury. The Fey mystique surrounds you, thanks to the boon of an archfey or a location in the Feywild that transforms you. However you gained your Fey magic, you are now a Fey Wanderer. Your joyful laughter brightens the hearts of the downtrodden, and your martial prowess strikes terror into your foes. For great is the mirth of your Fey, and dreadful is their fury. Level 3, Dreadful Strikes. You can augment your weapon strikes with mind-searing magic drawn from the murky hollows of the Feywild. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d4 psychic damage to the target, which this extra damage only takes once per turn. The extra damage increases 1d6 when you reach Ranger level 11. Level 3, Fey Wanderer Spells. When you reach a Ranger level specified in the Fey Wanderer Spells table, you therefore always have the listed spells prepared. At level 3, you have Charm Person. Level 5, you have Misty Step. At level 9, you have Summon Fey. 13, Dimension Door. 17, Mislead. You also possess a Fey Blessing. Choose it from the Fey Wild Gifts table or determine it randomly. Fey Wild Gifts. Roll the 1d6. On a 1, illusionary butterflies flutter around you while you take a short or long rest. 2, flowers bloom from your hair each dawn. Number 3, you faintly smell of cinnamon, lavender, nutmeg, or another comforting herb or spice. 4, your shadow dances while no one is looking directly at it. 5, horns or antlers sprout from your head. 6, your skin and hair change color each dawn. Level 3, outer worldly glamour. Whenever you make a charisma check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of +1. You also gain proficiency in one of these skills of your choice: deception, performance, or persuasion. Level 7, Beguiling Twist. The magic of the Feywild guards your mind. You have advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the charmed or frightened condition. In addition, whenever you or a creature you can see within 120 feet of you succeeds on a saving throw to avoid or end the charmed or frightened condition, you can take a reaction to force a different creature you can see within 120 feet of yourself to make a wisdom save against your spell DC. On a failed save, the target is charmed or frightened, your choice, for 1 minute. The target repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. Level 11, Fey Reinforcements. You can cast Summon Fey without the material components. You can also cast it once without a spell slot, and you regain the ability to cast it in this way when you finish a long rest. Whenever you start casting the spell, you can modify it so that it doesn't require concentration. If you do so, the spell's duration becomes 1 minute for the casting. Level 15. Misty Wanderer. You can cast Misty Step without expending a spell slot. You do so a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of once. And you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. In addition, whenever you cast Misty Step, you can bring along one willing creature you can see within 5 feet of yourself. That creature teleports to an unoccupied space of your choice within 5 feet of your destination. Moving on to the Gloom Stalker. Draw on shadow magic to fight your foes. Gloom Stalkers are at home in the darkest places, wielding magic drawn from the Shadowfell to combat enemies that lurk in darkness. Level 3. Dread Ambusher. You have mastered the art of creating fearsome ambushes, granting you the following benefits. Ambusher's Leap. At the start of your first turn of each combat, your speed increases by 10 feet until the end of that turn. Dreadful Strike. When you attack a creature and hit with a weapon, you can deal an extra 2d6 psychic damage. You can use this benefit only once per turn. You can use it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, minimum of once. And you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Initiative bonus. When you roll initiative, you can add your wisdom modifier to the roll. Level 3. Gloom Stalker Spells. When you reach a ranger level specified in the Gloom Stalker spells table, you therefore always have the list of spells prepared. Level 3. Disguise Self. 5. Rope Trick. 9. Fear. 13. Greater Invisibility. 17. Seeming. Level 3. Umbral Sight. You gain dark vision with the range of 60 feet. If you already have dark vision, you gain this feature. Its range is increased by 60 feet. You are also adept at evading creatures that rely on dark vision. When entirely in darkness, you have the invisible condition to any creature that relies on dark vision to see in the darkness. Level 7. Iron Mind. You have honed your ability to resist mind-altering powers. You gain proficiency in wisdom saving throws. If you already have this proficiency, you instead gain proficiency in intelligence or charisma saving throws. Your choice. Level 11. Stalker's Flurry. The psychic damage of your dreadful strike becomes 2d8. In addition, when you use the dreadful strike effect on your dreaded ambusher feature, you can cause one of the following additional effects. Sudden Strike. You can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 foot of the original target and that is within the weapon's range. Mass Fear. The target and the creature within 10 feet of it must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell DC. On a failed save, the creature has the frightened condition until the start of your next turn. Level 15. Shadowy Dodge. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can take a reaction to impose disadvantage on that roll. Whenever the attack hits or misses, you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Hunter. Protect nature and people from destruction. You stalk prey in the wilds and elsewhere, using your ability as a hunter to protect nature and people everywhere from forces that would destroy them. Level 3, Hunter's Lore. You can call on the forces of nature to reveal certain strengths and weaknesses of your prey. While a creature is marked by your hunter's mark, you know whether that creature has any immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities. And if the creature has any, you know what they are. Level 3, Hunter's Prey. You gain one of the following features, options of your choice. Whether you finish a short or long rest, you can replace the chosen option with another one. Colossus Slayer. Your tenacity can wear down even the most resilient foes. When you hit a creature with your weapon, the weapon deals an extra 1d8 damage to the target. If it's missing any of its hit points, you can deal this extra damage only once per turn. Horde Breaker. Once on each of your turns, when you make an attack with a weapon, you can make another attack with the same weapon against a different creature that is within 5 feet of the original target. That is within the weapon's range and that you haven't attacked this turn. Level 7, Defensive Tactics. You gain one of the following feature options of your choice. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can replace the chosen option with another one. Escape the Horde. Opportunity attacks have disadvantage against you. Multi-attack defense. When a creature hits you with an attack roll, that creature has disadvantage on all other attack rolls against you this turn. Level 11, Superior Hunter's Prey. Once per turn, when you deal damage to a creature marked by your hunter's mark, you can also deal that spell's extra damage to a different creature that you can see within 30 feet of the first creature. Level 15, Superior Hunter's Mark Defense. Hunter's Defense. Superior Hunter's Defense. I had to read that again. When you take damage, you can take a reaction to give yourself resistance to that damage and all other damage of the same type until the end of the current turn. Not sure about you, but having everything based off of Hunter's Mark is not really a good idea, considering that Hunter's Mark is just hex with concentration. I have loads of opinions from personal experience, so I guess I'll just stop there. Maybe that's another video. I don't know. Sorry, I just had a knee-jerk reaction. I typically like to allow information to marinate a bit before I try to have an opinion. If you guess that I'm a tree hugger, animal lover, you're right, and I do like characters that kind of are in that area. Like, subscribe, and until next time.